My perfect boyfriend is adamant that I cheated on him, because he saw something suspicious in my emails, and despite telling him the truth, I'm worried I'm going to lose the man of my dreams. We've been together for 2 years. He has 2 kids, I have 1 kid, irrelevant to this story. We live apart, I bought a home a few months before we started dating, and are together only when our kids are with their other parent. He's the guy that has treated me the best, of all my relationships, and I love him dearly. I'm a chronically anxious and stressed person, and he's absolutely my peace, but today he sucker punched me with this. He's absolutely convinced I'm cheating on him. The reason he suddenly started thinking this is because 2 days ago I wanted to show him something on my phone. There was an irrelevant tab open, my Hotmail account, which is full of spam. I've had this account for the past 24 years but mostly use my Gmail. He saw, quickly in passing, that there was a folder with a man's name, let's say James. I don't remember the purpose of this folder, it's empty, I haven't touched it in 15 years, and I have no idea why it exists. It was probably useful at some point, but I have no idea. Well, now he's convinced that 1. I closed the tab too quickly. 2. I was acting weird and nervous and suspicious. 3. This means I've cheated or I am actively cheating. That's his perspective. Now, onto the actual truth, I am absolutely not cheating on him. He's the man of my dreams, the love of my life, and I have never, ever given him a reason to even suspect I'm cheating. I spend 1 entire week with him at his place. I never hid my phone or anything like that. When I'm at my house, it means I'm with my kiddo and my time is 100% devoted to her. I also work a lot. There is not a single second in my life when I would have time to devote to any other person, even through email. I spend my downtime at home being with kiddo and the cat, watching YouTube videos. I send him a lot of pictures of me chilling with my cat as well, and we have a constant communication going. I'm very chatty through text. Anyways, at first I was super pissed and also confused because, why on earth would you not trust me? What is happening? No matter what I say, he says I don't make any sense whatsoever and he's just adding 1 + 1 and, to him, the answer is 2. I keep telling him that he's the one not making any sense. We're going back and forth on the texting, he doesn't even want to speak over the phone or come over to talk about it. I've sent him numerous screenshots of my email with unopened emails that go back more than a year. I've sent screenshots of me typing the keyword James in the email and nothing coming up. I've shown him the completely empty sent folder, which, to me, is weird. I have sent numerous emails over the years, so why is it empty? And I've also given him the login and password so he can look for himself. I've accumulated a lot of junk in that email over the many years I've had it, but I rarely use it now. It is just a receptacle for all my Amazon orders, my McDonald's app receipts, and various spam emails. I'm pissed he doesn't trust me. He says he needs time to think. I'm stuck in a loop of being pissed, confused, and sad. What's going on? Relevant comments. Comment 1. Is this incredibly out of character for him, or has he always been a bit jealous and suspicious? Could he be the one cheating and protecting? Response. This is wildly out of character. I am unsure if he would be projecting his own cheating. Anything is possible, but I'd hope not. I don't believe so. He has a high libido, and we have intimacy daily, when we're together, which is every other week except when one of us is sick. I give him everything he needs in that department, and all the other departments as well. We typically take good care of each other. Comment 2. I mean, if I were you, I'd straight up say, I love you, this is a misunderstanding. I opened this email because of XYZ reason, but if you're not going to trust me, then just break up with me because I'm not going to feel guilty and be accused of something I didn't do. I have nothing to hide from you, you're my person. If I don't show that every day with the way I love you, then obviously I'm not doing a very good job, but I think you know deep down in your heart I would never do this to you. To be honest, you didn't do anything wrong, and I think rather than groveling and apologizing a million times, it's best to just be like, this isn't me. It's not in my character. I've explained my side. If you don't trust me, it's honestly on you and best we be apart. I really think in time he'll come to his senses. You didn't do anything, lol. Also, just seeing some other comments saying it sounds like he's cheating on you, no, I don't think that at all. I think he saw something kinda weird, it caught him off guard, and he has let his imagination run wild, which is what happens when you don't communicate with your partner and shut them out. He's making it worse for himself by not being a grown-up and discussing it, lol. Response, exactly, but I kind of get where he's coming from, the needing space and shutting down. I do this when I'm super stressed about XYZ thing that I have escalated in my mind to gargantuan proportions for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I respect him and will give him some space. He did tell me he did not want to separate, and he has kept a Valentine's Day reservation at my favorite restaurant, so there's hope. Update. So, it did not end well. After 48 hours of back and forth through text, because he refused to even speak to me over the phone or face to face, and despite me giving him my password so he could check for himself that nothing was amiss, he still wouldn't back down. At this point, his behavior was concerning, and I thought he might be having a mental episode. It was getting too much. He was texting me at all hours of the night trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense in the first place. So I blocked him. When he realized that he had sent me emails at my work email, asking me to check my Hotmail, which had nothing different in it. When I blocked his email, he decided to message my best friend and tell her, if I can't talk to her, I'll go through you instead. My friend has literally nothing to do whatsoever with this whole thing. She never replied and is sticking with me because she's also seeing how crazy he's acting. So I thought that was that. Yesterday at work, I was visibly sad and distressed, and my whole team hugged me, offered support, and I had lunch with my other good friend and colleague. So the day goes by, I get off work at 4. I'm walking to my car in the parking lot, flanked by 2 colleagues, and I'm kind of explaining the whole story. They go to one of the girls' cars because they carpool. I walk towards my own car, which is parked 2 rows away. I hear a loud man's voice behind me. I turn around, and it's him. He's walking very quickly toward me and still talking nonsense about emails. I hold my hand up and say, I'm not doing this with you right now, all the while calculating whether I'm safe to go to my car. He was screaming at me that I was a hoe, a cow. I've never seen him like this before at all. A little energy pushed me to turn around and go to my colleague's car. At this point, I'm shaking and scared. I enter her car and start hyperventilating. They're like, we'll drive you home. He was about 6 feet from the car, hate in his eyes, motioning for me to get out of the car. We drove off. I kept apologizing to them, crying, and looking behind us the whole trip to make sure he wasn't following. When I came home, my mother was there. I broke down, and she called the cops. A nice officer told me over the phone, I got nothing else going on right now, you're my priority, and I'm coming to you as soon as I can. He came to my home, took my deposition, was extremely patient and understanding, and explained everything that he was going to do afterward. My ex was placed under arrest for criminal harassment with certain conditions to follow. I'm not sure about the legal terms here, but they did not handcuff him or take him to jail. It was just a verbal thing, and he will probably be summoned in court at a later date. I have a good network of people who care, and I believe I'm safe. Thanks, everyone. Edit. I just had a 2-hour conversation with his ex, Jess, not the mother of his kids, but the girl he dated between the kid's mother and me. A very interesting conversation. She has lived exactly the same situation as I have, minus calling the cops. She told me he was ultra-controlling, physically and verbally harmful to his 2 sons, had a bad drug habit, had an unhealthy and borderline inappropriate relationship with the mother of his children, and was psychologically and intimately abusive towards Jess. She told me he used to put her on a pedestal, the same as me, but he had a lot of behavioral problems that I've noticed but chose to ignore just because I loved him so much. I hope he gets the help he needs. My parents told me and my little brother that they were going to take a break for a while, so I went up to my room to take a break myself, but my mom barged in and is now trying to pry her way into my life right after she told me her marriage is failing. So today after I got off work at around 3, my parents had decided to pick me up. We got home and about 1 hour later my parents say they want to talk to us. They sit me and my little brother down on the couch and then sit across the room. My mom starts the conversation off by saying that my dad and her have been having some struggles lately. And they haven't been the best parents. So they have decided that they are going to take a break and will no longer live together for a while. After hearing this the room started to spin, and I now have this feeling towards my parents I can't understand. I started to tear up and I went to my room. I immediately called my boyfriend. I told him what happened and he just tried to be there for me. I trust my boyfriend and he is my only safe space. I have no close friends due to a massive friend breakup between me and all of my old friends. So he is the only true person I have a safe space with. My parents used to be a safe space but now I just don't even want to talk to them. My mom is also now being very pushy and is trying to force me to open up to her. I'm trying to give her the benefit of doubt because her marriage is literally failing, but I don't like that she is trying to pry her way into how I am trying to cope with this. And I actually ended up snapping at her. I was still on a call with my boyfriend when my mom barged into my room and demanded my phone. She then proceeded to walk over to me and take it from my hands while I was still talking to my boyfriend. She gets onto my bed and starts to try and cuddle me. I let her, not wanting to be rude. My call suddenly ended, so I reached over and grabbed my phone. My mom slightly chuckled and started to tickle me. She then tickles a ticklish bit of my lower half. I am a very ticklish person and I squirm and make sudden movement when tickled. So when she tickled that certain spot, I accidentally bonked her chin slightly hard with my knee. She immediately got mad at me and began to yell at me. I told her I thought we were messing around and my little brother agreed that he thought we were messing around. She grabs my phone and throws it a bit. I ask her if she is mad at me. She says that she loves me and that my dad and her are worried about me and that they want me to go hang out with them. I then tell her that I would rather be alone right now since I need time to process this and the fact that one of my biggest fears are coming true. She says that she has given me 2 hours to process it. I start to lose it at this point. I tell her that this is going to take more than 2 hours to process. That this is going to take a little while for me to process, and that I want to be alone to process it. She still tries to push that it is better that I spend time with them. And that it's only happened once. I finally lose it. I slightly raise my tone and begin to yell at her that this is the second Christmas ruined because of them. She looked at me confused. I tell her that last Christmas she had gotten so overly drunk that her and my dad got into a massive fight. She then ran upstairs into my brother's room and sat on the floor sobbing, saying how much she hates my dad and that he is a horrible husband. I try and comfort her, which she then fell asleep. And this Christmas my family was playing a game of pop darts and my dad and brother got into a fight. My dad ended up getting so mad that he left and didn't come back home until late into the next day. Now this is some context possibly that I am only a 14-year-old girl, and my little brother is 12. I know other people probably go through much worse. But this is just so much and I don't know what to do. Thank you for whoever takes the time and decides to actually read through this whole thing and even comment. Update. Hello, I know it's been forever since my original post. I honestly don't even know how to start this off. Since my original post was 2 months ago, I figured an update was probably needed since I left so much in the dark. Over these 2 months my dad has moved out and is living somewhere else. Me and my brother go over there after school and hang out until our mom can pick us up. They still act cordial in front of me and my bro, but they have so much built-up tension it's concerning. But on New Year's or like at 1-ish on January 1st I tried to talk to my dad since he and my little brother got into an argument about lighting off fireworks. I had gone downstairs since I thought I could talk to my dad and get his side of the story and just talk since he is my dad. But he had been drinking way more than I have ever seen my dad drink before. So when I went to talk to him things took a sideways turn. My dad had ended up saying some words and the words he said still really hurt. What he said to me really cut deep. He told me, "I hate my life. I'm stuck in a bad job, a bad marriage, I have a son who treats his mom like crap, and then you. I have a daughter who is a piece of garbage." When I found out I was going to have a daughter as my first kid, I was so excited. I thought I would have a daughter who loved to fish, hunt, and very hardworking. Instead I got a snowflake of a daughter who doesn't like anything, is a worthless lazy piece of S who expect her parents to bend over backwards for her. I got a daughter who doesn't give a F and is just nothing but a batch. That cut so deep. And I hear those words in the back of my mind so much. And I haven't even really had a chance to really process the whole split with my parents. Because right after I was told, my mom told me that I had to be strong for my brother since this is really hard for him. So I had to grow up and swallow the fact that my parents are taking a break. So I tried to turn to my boyfriend, now ex, for comfort and support. Instead I got a couple comforting words and him telling me it's going to be okay. Then he proceeded to tell me about his problems and how he got shot in the knee. I haven't gotten a break since this whole problem at Christmas. I get a Christmas present of my parents splitting. I start the new year with my dad telling me he hates me. Later I finally have enough with my toxic boyfriend and decide to leave him, and the police end up getting involved. Literally the only good thing about any of this is that I currently have a new boyfriend who is loving and supportive and doesn't gaslight, verbally and mentally abuse me, and will actually listen to me and all my problems. And I had my 15th in February as well. If anyone wants more context I have much more, but it's currently 2:19 in the morning, and I haven't gotten a good night's sleep in about a week and a half. Thank you to anyone and everyone who takes the time to read this mess of words. I hope you all have an amazing day/night.